When I think SME Accelerate, I think access to digital tools, real life solutions that you can roll out in your businesses today, not tomorrow, today, and these solutions will transform your business. Training, targeted, segmented, and carefully curated to meet your specific needs. I'm particularly excited about our partnership with Nova Business School. Last year, we took 50 business leaders through an intensive mini MBA series. The impact is showing in their businesses today as we speak. Webinars, industry experts speaking on topics that will help you grow your business or start one. Real insights into programs targeted at MSMEs so our customers can also apply. We are partnering with major business fairs so our MSMEs can be part of these fairs that creates access to market for them. Real digital experience centers where you can walk in and tell us exactly what the problems you are facing in your businesses today are, so that we can co-create and build a solution that will impact many other businesses like yours. To crown it all, SME Awards, in partnership with SMIGA, where you get to be recognized for the impact you are making in your field.
Are you a business owner, young entrepreneur, woman in business, or running a small or large SME? Then this is for you. SME Accelerate brings together the ideas, opportunities, and support needed to move your business forward.
Obiambra meyensiaze SME Accelerate wa babatina ma meyenjo ho bakaye ho SME Accelerate na yemfa wedwuma nkwenyim
anyeme nya ba wo fie komi SME Accelerate ebe ko nye he wo ye obie nye ba ni wonye wo wanye nyanyina no twumoe aya hie
ye krado ne bra na yencho ekwan a wadwuma ebetumpo
Magagle dokio la foya ba SME Accelerate initiative amo. Clomido la dodo yanu eye na nogomo blibo.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, actually the final touch that we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now you know do for yourself, nobody go do for you. So you for do now.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.
Going to the library. Going to the library.
Okay.
I'm going for my graduation. Go well.
Education changes stories, and being part of these stories is the real passion for us. MTN.
Going to the library. Going to the library.
Okay.
I'm going for my graduation. Go well.
Education changes stories, and being part of these stories is the real passion for us. MTN.
Yellow, and welcome to our MTN SME Accelerate webinar, the first one of 2026. My name is Kokwi Selome, and I'm so thrilled to be back as your moderator for this season of MTN SME Accelerate webinars, and even more excited that we're kicking off with women in business. Now, we know that Ghana consistently ranks in the top 3 for women businesses globally. And our SME sector and informal sector is dominated by women. But what does that really mean? How do we ensure that women are benefiting more from all of the effort that we put into entrepreneurship? Is there enough support for women businesses? Are we truly taking advantage and benefiting from financial inclusion and products that are available for businesses? Well, all of those questions will be approached and broached, and hopefully we'll get some good answers to help you, those of us who are watching. So welcome to our session. We're thrilled to have you. And if you know a friend who could benefit from this, please do tell them to join us on all of our social media platforms. So MTN on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. And we'll be taking your questions and comments later on in the program as well, because as you know, for the SME Accelerate webinars, we love to have our wow moments. And we'll be giving away some large data packages and a very special prize. And I'll tell you what that is as we go along with the program. But first, let's meet the ladies with whom we'll be chatting this morning. And trust me, you're going to love this panel. Now, our first guest is the head of women banking at Stanbic Bank Ghana, and her name is Marian Amartey. Very good morning to you, Marian, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
It's such a pleasure.
Thank you.
Now, sitting right next to her is the CEO and founder of Food Bank Catering and Services and Kula Bistro. Let's say a very good morning to Christian Dankwah. Hi, Christiana.
I am fine.
I'm very well, thank you. And right next to me here, I like to call her Mrs. Nkansah, but she's the CEO of the Skin Pop Shop and Vicky's Recipe. She's Victoria Lebene Osafo-Nkansah. Hey. Always good to see you, Lebene.
Pleasure, darling.
wonderful women full of wisdom, full of experience, and they're going to be sharing a lot of insight with us this morning. But before we get really deep into the questions, I'd like for each of you to tell me just in your 30 seconds about what you do, how you got into your business, very briefly, and then give me one word that you would use to describe entrepreneurship. Okay, so I'll start with you, Marian, and I will say I'm glad that you're here because we know that Stanbic Bank has this wonderful product geared towards women called Obasima. So it's nice to see our banking industry also pointing their arrows at us.
Thank you. So my name is Marian Amartey, and I look after business, women banking in Stanbic Bank. I have a bit of digital background. I started from the digital space before I moved into the women banking space. So bringing these two worlds together, drives the passion in terms of what I do today, right? And one word to describe women business, I would go with empowerment. We need to empower our women to get the right outcomes. Fantastic. And that's what I'm aligned with.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice. Christiana.
Hi, I'm Christian Dankwah, CEO of Chris Food Bank Catering Services, Kula Bistro, and the founder of Chop by Experience. So as women, I believe we have a lot of power. And then, so when we decide to take up business, one thing I know for sure is that we do it with everything in us.
True.
So one thing I will encourage every young woman out there is go after whatever your heart tells you to do. Do it with every strength in you and just focus on whatever your goal is and what you thrive, get to wherever you want to be.
Very nice. Okay.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning again.
Good morning, everyone. I am Victoria Lebene Osafo-Nkansah. I am the founder and CEO of the Skin Pop Shop and Spa, also Vicky's Recipe and the VL Exposure. Transitioning from media into business was quite a very hectic one because I had to understand the challenges that we women go through and know how to, come in to help, to empower. And so when it comes to media, it's all about lifestyle and wellness, how we look, how we present ourselves and everything behind the cameras, before the cameras and all that. So I realized that one of the challenging moments it is for women is how we appear, how we look, how confident we carry ourselves around. And so skincare, blemishes, trying to eradicate all the things that we go through when it comes to pimples, hyperpigmentation, anything that has to do with beauty in women was one of the challenges that I realized that we were really going through. And so I came out of a case study using myself as one of them, and I got a remedy from natural skincare products. These agribusiness, the plants, the crops, the natural things that we eat were things that I was able to use to formulate skincare products. And it really worked. And I was like, ooh, that is a solution right there. And so I went straight into it and then into food business, lifestyle, healthy eating and all that, transitioning from motherhood, from singlehood to motherhood and all that. So a lot came to play.
It's a lot.
Yes.
And it just goes to show, people always say that women, we're such good multitaskers.
Yes.
And each of you is so multifaceted. And I know we'll delve into a lot of that as we're chatting. But Christiana, I didn't get your one word for entrepreneurship. I missed that. I wanted, Marian said empowerment. What would you say? To sum up in one word, if you could describe what entrepreneurship is like for women.
Entrepreneurship, I will personally describe it as I'm looking for the right. So I have the understanding, but I'm trying to get one word to put in because a lot goes into entrepreneurship. For me, I don't think I can describe it with one word because there's a lot of push, there's a lot of challenge, there's a lot of empowerment, there's a lot of resilience, there is a lot of challenges, there is a lot of will, there's a lot of goal. So for me, I feel like it's too broad to put it together in one word. Multi-layered. Because for me, being an entrepreneur for the past 11 years, it's been like from one stage to the other. So I would not be able to tell at what point do I call this as a starting entrepreneurship point. Like, this is it. This is what entrepreneurship is all about. Because a lot of things come together to give you even the word entrepreneurship. a lot of times we think that starting a business and owning it by yourself is what entrepreneurship is about. But it goes beyond that because you have to make a lot of sacrifices. You have to be ready to forego so many things, even your personal life, your social life.
That's true.
So I don't see entrepreneurship to be a one thing that you do. It goes way on and on and on. I mean, every day is a learning curve for you if you start a business.
True.
Yes.
Okay. We'll come back on that. Lebene, how about you?
Well, entrepreneurship to me is, my lady here has said a lot, but to me it's finding a problem around you and creating a solution.
So it's about problem solving.
Yes, problem solving, because so many challenges around us. And in our environments where we find ourselves growing up, we see a lot of things that we can actually contribute to, but we are so laid back because we think that we're not grown yet. We need to reach a certain standard before we're able to, have an innovative mind to it. But now innovation comes across, every sector. You can be a child, you can be a grown-up, you can be, poor, just so to speak, and still come up with an innovative idea and create a solution to a problem. So I think entrepreneurship is basically problem-solving skills.
I love that. I love that. And I know a lot of you mentioned sacrifice in there a lot. And even you being here, sacrificing your time is a lot. Yeah. I know, Christiana, you were supposed to be even out of town, but you changed. You actually changed your flight just so you could be here for this discussion. So we really appreciate that. And I know there's a lot of sacrifice from Marian and from Lebene as well. But before we talk more, do all of you know about the MTN Ejumapa product? We're going to learn a bit this morning. Now, if you're a woman out there and you own a business, pay close attention. This is for you. So the Ejumapa bundle is a product. Thank you to our friends at MTN. They've thought about women, they've thought about our needs, and they've thought about the things that help us in our business aspirations. All you have to do is dial star 5060 hash. Again, the short code is star 5060 hash. Very simple, right? These are some of the things that come with your Ejumapa combo bundle. You get the lifestyle offer, which is WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, all your favorite social media platforms included. You also get 150 megabytes of free data after you buy a bundle, and it's valid for 24 hours, okay? Insurance cover. Now, we all know how important our health is, right? Now, Ejumapa is giving you life insurance cover, hospitalization benefits, and protecting your business against fire. How about that? There are so many things that are covered in this, so check it out. You also get free MTN to MTN calls on Mondays. So we know how busy Mondays are for businesses, right? That's when you really need those minutes, and MTN is giving that to you between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. each and every Monday. And they've added something to this special bundle as well. It's called the Doctor on Call feature. Now, we're busy, we're women handling so many things, but maybe you're not feeling well. But to take that time to go to a hospital might be a bit inconvenient. So your first point of call is to get in touch with a doctor. MTN has made that possible for you through Ejumapa. All you have to do is call that doctor. You can get some preliminary medical advice. Then based on that, you now make a decision as to whether or not you need to proceed to a hospital. I mean, how fantastic is that? So please dial 5060 hash and check out the Ejumapa bundle. And please start enjoying the benefits of that. Now we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we are diving deep into our conversation on women in business with our esteemed panelists. We're breaking barriers for growth for women in business this morning. And again, we want to hear from you on MTN, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. They've joined us. Please send in your comments and your questions and pay close attention, because to win any prize this morning, you may have to answer some questions based on what we're discussing today. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. This is the MTN SME Accelerate webinar, Women in Business. Stay tuned.
When I think SME Accelerate, I think access to digital tools. Real life solutions that you can roll out in your businesses today, not tomorrow, today, and these solutions will transform your business. Training, targeted, segmented, and carefully curated to meet your specific needs. I'm particularly excited about our partnership with Nova Business School. Last year, we took 50 business leaders through an intensive mini MBA series. The impact is showing in their businesses today as we speak. Webinars, industry experts speaking on topics that will help you grow your business or start one. Real insights into programs targeted at MSMEs so our customers can also apply. We are partnering with major business fairs so our MSMEs can be part of these fairs that creates access to market for them. Real digital experience centers where you can walk in and tell us exactly what the problems you are facing in your businesses today are, so that we can co-create and build a solution that will impact many other businesses like yours. To crown it all, SME Awards in partnership with SMIGA, where you get to be recognized for the impact you are making in your field.
Are you a business owner, young entrepreneur, woman in business, or running a small or large SME? Then this is for you. SME Accelerate brings together the ideas, opportunities, and support needed to move your business forward.
Obiambra meyensiaze SME Accelerate wa babatina mama yenjo ho bakaye ho SME Accelerate na yemfa wedwuma nkwenyim
Anyeme nya ba wo fie komi SME Accelerate ebekon nye he wo yo bie nye ba ni wonye wanye nyanyina no twumoe aya hie
ye krado nebra na yencho ekwan a wadwuma ebetumpon
Magagledo kiola foya ba SME Accelerate initiative amo. Clomido le dodo yanu eye na nogomo blibo.
To our MTN SME Accelerate webinar focusing on women in business. And we're very excited again about the panelists that we have and the discussion that we're going to be having. Now, as I mentioned before our break, do pay close attention because we'll be giving away fantastic prizes, and I'll show you what one of those prizes is right now. But you have to send in your questions and pay very close attention to what we'll be discussing. So join us on our social media platforms. You can even start sending questions now if you'd like to, and hopefully you could win a prize. But before we get into what exactly you could win, I need to tell you about this. Very important, especially if you're a business owner. Now, if you want a smarter way to keep an eye on your business, whether you own a shop or a restaurant or an office or even a warehouse, security is very important, and MTN Business Eye is here for you. You can keep your business secure anytime, no matter where you are. They give you a smart surveillance option and gives you total visibility and control over your business. Now, this is powered by Wi-Fi and SIM connectivity. It also has cloud storage and solar energy. So really, you don't have to worry about the continuous surveillance that you'll enjoy through the MTN Business Eye product. 24/7 monitoring, even when the lights go out. There is real-time alerts coming your way, two-way audio, and a reliable backup system. All of this in one neat package. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that, right? So dial 5060 hash, again, that's 5060 hash, and get MTN Business Eye. Your business always in sight. MTN, everywhere you go. Now, for those of you who are curious about what you might win, if you are our big winner for our wow moment this morning, you know, MTN never disappoints, right? Yeah, they always come correct, as we say. Look at this beautiful Galaxy Tab. Thank you, Team MTN, for all of our studious and serious participants joining us in cyberspace. Again, if you are one of the first people to answer a question correctly, you could be going away with this beautiful Samsung Galaxy Tab. It's the Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra 5G. Whew. Okay, so I've shown you. There's the proof. Okay, we'll also be giving away lots of data. So for those of us who are always on our phones and we suck data a lot, today's the day for you to win some data from MTN. So please do pay attention and stick with us throughout the program. And now let's talk to our panelists, and they've got a lot to share with us. Marian, we've talked about the fact that Stanbic Bank has this wonderful product for women called Obasima. And in your capacity as head of women's banking, I'm sure you see a lot of women entrepreneurs come your way. But working closely with them, what are some of the real day-to-day challenges that you see? I mean, people always say, oh, I need money. But beyond that, what are some of the things you have picked up on when it comes to growth and financial stability for women-owned businesses?
I think I'll speak to three main areas that we've picked up. I'm proud to launch in our Basima. We did engage the women in the market. So these are insights that we picked ourselves.
Okay.
So the first one had to do with time. And time because, we have women navigating with competing priorities. And that is basically managing their business and running family commitments to start, social commitments to make sure that they all come together and work at the end of the day as compared to our men, right? So this has an impact on time. And hence, it is one of the critical resources. Time is one of the critical resources that every, be it a woman or man, need to survive. And hence, it affects the women in as much as they are not really paying much attention to it, right? It's important for them to have time for their business. The second one is operational structures. So most women go into businesses because, I was telling Victoria, because of opportunities or skills that probably they've seen others do it, right? Forgetting that there's a need for them to put in place financial management systems that would help them be ready. So they go in there, try and focus on all the things they believe can make it work, and forgotten the key important things that will make them financial ready when it comes to being bankable. Now, the third one is access to markets and network. So you have a lot of women coming up with interesting or excellent products, services, but they lack visibility in terms of how to extend these services or products to the right people, to even land huge contracts. For example, if we have a woman dealing in, let's say, tissues, and there's a corporate company that offers this woman an opportunity to deliver tissues to them, that's a huge platform.
Huge. Yeah.
But they lack that visibility. And it's one of the reasons why we said, look, we are going to create programs that help connect these women to the right people where they can tap into such opportunities to be able to extend or scale their businesses to grow. So these will be the three key areas that I believe is affecting our women on a day-to-day basis.
Fantastic. Now, Christiana, you're in the food space, very competitive space and very time-consuming, as Marian had said, cost-intensive as well. Tell us about the genesis of your idea to get into food and what was the transition between whatever the idea was and really scaling it up into a business.
I think it all started after my corporate, when I decided to quit from the corporate space.
Okay.
Yes. And then I started doing small businesses, buy and sell. But I realized that there was a challenge of me getting the money back because I didn't have a physical shop. It was more like selling to friends, mostly to my friends.
What was the corporate background?
The corporate was, I worked in Parliament. Yes, I worked in Parliament for like 6 years. And then I did my national service at Cocoa Board, and I did some contracts for about 6 months. So even whilst I was doing all that, I was still doing my buy and sell business. And then after my service and the contract, I decided to do it full time. I think alongside it, I was doing it full time because every weekend you see me out there selling to friends and people that I know. And then when I realized that my money wasn't coming back to me because the familiarity was too much, people were not paying, it was creating this kind of misunderstanding between me and people I really care about. I decided to look for something that will give me money. And I always had this saying that nobody buys food on credit. I mean, a daily meal on credit. Yeah. So the whole idea of the catering business or what we have or see now started with daily lunch, like serving daily lunch to offices. And because I was in the corporate, it was easy for me to connect with old colleagues and stuff. So I was selling to the offices, and then later I started getting people call me through their friends' posts on Facebook. So that was the transition from me being in the corporate space. And then after that, I'm a business person. I love money. I love to do things to get more money. I don't like to struggle to do things for myself or even for people I care about. So I always want to be a step ahead, do something that will give me like funds, so that whenever I want to do something, I'm ready for it. So it all started from there when I realized that, look, the whole buy and sell clothes, wigs, stuffs were not helping. Why not do something that will give me my money up front? And that's what brought me into the whole food industry. Even though I had the passion for it, and I have friends and family always giving me encouragement whenever I try to make something small for them. I took it. I mean, it was the passion that first moved me, but it was the money too that pushed me to do further because I realized that was the only way I could get my money directly. You pay me, I serve you. Yes.
Okay. Money is always a good motivating factor, I think. But Lebene, for you, I mean, you do so many things, and I've watched you grow over the years. I mean, from your career, whether it's in acting, in media, and now the businesses that you own. And I think a lot of people sometimes struggle as to what to settle on. But one thing you've been consistent with is your social media presence. Okay, so talk to us a bit about that. As a woman entrepreneur, how significant is your online presence? And how do you even begin building that so that it can be something that's lucrative for you and something that actually drives your business?
Okay, thank you. I think that defining a clearer positioning for yourself as a brand is very important. Because when I started off, it was as though I'm coming from a different sector.
Yes.
And people already knew me for acting and modeling and fashion. So I came across as, okay, Lebene is doing this, Lebene is doing that, she's doing that. Oh, she's doing that too? Oh, okay, I think she does that too. So it was a little bit too much for me. And I felt like I'm in here not just because of the money or because I'm known, but because I have something really good to offer. And so I decided to, define who I truly am, positioning myself for what I have to offer, which is the natural skincare, where I come from, using myself always as an example, because it started off with me before it extended to other peers. And I use social media. It's not, visibility is not always about showing up or, appearing online or just posting. They need to understand. You need to tell a story behind your visibility for them to understand, oh, okay, so that is okay. So then they now affiliate with you, understanding where you're coming from. Then automatically they buy into it. So I had to do a whole lot of positioning, defining what I am, what I stand for, and what I really am here to do. And the consistency in also defining that played a very huge role for me, because I was very consistent. Oh, Lebene is here again. She's posting some, facial routine. Oh, wow, she's posted some scrap. Oh, go to her page. So once you define what you are and what you're ready to serve the audience with, you're good to go.
I really like this, and especially since this is an MTN platform and we know all of the work that they do in the digital space and everything they offer us in that space. It's, as I mentioned before, it's very competitive out there. And I think a lot of people get discouraged. And I'd like for all of us to chime in on this particular one. So with the consistency you're talking about, how exactly do you build that? I mean, you start off, you're like, I've only got 5 followers. Why am I even doing this? And then you look at some of people like you who have amassed hundreds of thousands of followers and you're consistent with it. Talk to us practically about what people can do to take advantage of this AI age and technology and online presence to really scale up, whether it's promoting a product from the business where you work, whether it's promoting your food, because there are so many food creators out there, whether it's building your brand and defining your identity through that. How do we really take a hold of social media and use it as a tool that is a positive influence for our brand, as opposed to something that just sucks our efforts and our resources?
Okay.
Okay. So with that, I think I'll add that. When you look at social media as a whole, I always pass this comment in my office that the person that brought this whole Instagram, Facebook is not charging you. The founder of those apps are not charging or billing you, aside you getting data for yourself.
That's true. Or
they don't bill
the premium
you
accounts, the verified ones.
Like you don't have to sign up to get to post, right? So if you want to do a business, or if you are doing a business and you want to do well, make sure that you position yourself out there for people to see you. You know, gone were the days, if somebody needs to get to know of what you do, it has to be through a referral, through a family or friend or whoever. Maybe you have to meet somebody and introduce your business or promote. But now, if somebody mentions food bank, the next thing will be like, oh, are there pictures to see what they do? Are there videos? I want to see what they do. Oh, and then those that know about social media and all that will go like, is there a handle? Are they on Instagram? Are they on TikTok? So it has become a tool, a marketing tool. Whether you like it or not, that is the only way you can put yourself to people or sell yourself first before they even decide that they are ready to go with you. So for me, making yourself relevant on social media is very important. I'll give you a very good example. I think when I opened my restaurant 2 years ago, I was a bit distracted from my catering brand because I'm so much involved in my business that I'm there every day. Everything, I don't say I do it entirely. I have a whole force, a whole team, but I'm a perfectionist. I have a way I like things to go. So I gave it so much attention that for a very long time, there was no post on my food bank page. I wasn't being interactive. I wasn't responding to messages. And guess what? For 3 months, no one was even sending me a message to ask me what I sell. It's like, hey, hold me. Like, what's going on here? And then later, I got somebody to handle my socials. And I was waking up to ask her, have you received any inquiries? And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And you see, sometimes we think it's an attack from somewhere. You know, African mentality. And something is happening, somebody's taking nobody's taking your job from you. You have decided not to put yourself out there. And it really took a turn on me to the point that I'll meet some colleagues in the industry who go like, hey, now you've left the industry for us. Now you are doing restaurant. You see that automatically it created this kind of impression outside that I myself, I didn't even know because my presence on social media was not seen. People have come to know me for posting my work, my setups, my presentations, everything. Now they don't see it. You are trying to give them the vibe that, oh, I'm no longer in business. So social media is very, very, very important. I don't think there's any other tool to put your business out there apart from social media. Because fine, there are billboards, you know, we still have the traditional media and all, but trust me, social media is the easy. I mean, there's a billboard, you'll be driving, before you capture the information, the traffic light is on, you're gone. But social media, you can take your screenshots, you can save, you can come back to it and understand and read more about it. For me, if you really want to build your business and get well to do, don't leave your social media part.
Especially since there's a whole generation that has been born into this internet age. Some of us have straddled the fence between what it was like before the internet and today. But for our children, this is all they know, you know, and they go there directly.
And to add on to what Christiana said, a lot of people or young people think that owning a business is all about, okay, let me just put the business out there on social media and people will get to patronize me. It doesn't work like that. You need to show yourself. People need to trust you. And you also need to create, you know, value for your content creation. Now, content creation has come, you know, in a form of packaging. You have to package. That's why the kids say settings. I was telling my lady earlier, settings. It's not settings. You need to package it very well to tell a story that would have the other person watching. Why should I buy your product? What have I seen that would attract me to you? And, you know, it's not just about posting the product. It's about, you know, showing yourself as well. And a lot of us are very skeptical bringing ourselves out there. You know, it's like, I don't want to appear on social media. I don't like pictures. And it's all about your business. No, darling. You need to send yourself out there. You need to own it, show yourself, go for meetings, go for conferences, go for events, things that would also bring you out. So, oh, that's the lady behind that brand. Oh, I know her, I even met her somewhere. So it creates trust. It does. You know, so yeah, over to you.
Yeah, I mean, just to add, look, the social media presence is here to stay.
Yeah.
And it plays a key role in our business. So the earlier we accept it and start creating strong presence for ourselves, the better. Because sometimes for us to even validate what you are doing, some of the banks, we go to social media to see what you are doing. And if you don't put yourself out there, you give us limited information to work with. And you end up saying, oh, the bank doesn't want to help me. No, you are not, first of all, helping yourself. When it comes to these social media platforms, they have tools in there that you yourself can use to promote your artwork, the things you are doing. But people just go and post and go and sleep. It's not enough. And I like the second one is the Chinese style. Let's capitalize on partnerships. Yeah. You cannot do everything alone. So there are people out there whose job is to help you create that presence, bring them on board, focus on doing the food, focus on, coming up with the product. Let someone else do that for you. And trust me, by the time you are ready to engage a bank like Stanbic, the conversation will be very short. And within a day, you can access a loan. Yes.
Okay, let's stay on. I know, right? We'll stay on that.
Because of the money.
Because of the money. Because a lot. Again, we started off by saying many entrepreneurs will say, "I need money to start my business," but you look at much more than that. It's a nuanced assessment if you come to a bank, right? So, Marian, talk to us about what a credible business looks like. Come to sit in front of you. I want you to invest in my business. What are you looking for? What's your checklist?
From my perspective, you should demonstrate structure and clarity.
Okay.
So I said earlier, the operational structure is key. First of all, every business needs to show a strong financial records. If you don't keep records of what you do, it will be a difficult conversation. Everybody looks at data to make a decision. The second one, you need to have a clear plan, growth plan. Where do you want to be in the next 3-5 years? How does a bank come in to help you? The third one, show us your revenue streams. How are you generating revenue? How do you intend to grow revenue? Let's say if you're even starting. These things will help the bank come in to say, okay, because I've seen X number of information, I'm ready to help you. And I think I need to share this. We need to separate our personal and business finances when it comes to going into the pot. Because what is meant for business is business. And what is meant for personal is personal. We need to make sure that we do that. We need to maintain transactional record, history. What transactions are you currently doing? What informed me to give you 100 million as an example? Where are you going to put that money? So I have, and this is out of my current role, I have a friend who went for a loan to do business, and she ended up using the money, a part of the money, I'll say 50%, for partying.
Oh. And
ended up being a bad loan. And then now she ended up crying, going to everybody, help me pay this to the bank, help me. And it's draining. You put everybody around you in, such an uncomfortable situation. Help yourself for the bank to help you. And lastly, you need to articulate your vision and your direction. If you don't articulate your vision and direction, how would I come in to help? You need to understand what you're doing. And trust me, today the banks have segmented ourselves into various sectors, right? So in each sector, we have professionals who are willing to help you and guide you. And that's what Obasima seeks to address. Okay. We want to start with you, help you with the registration process, take you to the next level to get you ready before we can even think of putting in financing to support your loans.
Very nice. Okay. Now for Christiana and Lebene, the question I have is for both of you because of the way your businesses have grown over the years. At what point did you decide or did you realize you need to bring on other people in order to realize your vision of scaling up your business? And what was that transition like? Now, you start off being a sole proprietor, you're running everything on your own, and now you get to a point where you realize, no, I need help. Yeah. I need support. I need other people to take on some of the responsibility. For the investor or the entrepreneur who is wary of that, what do you have to say about how you did it? Christiana, let's start with you.
I think the growth stage actually pushed me to it. When I started seeing my business as, when I started seeing it as a business and not just passion.
Okay.
Because you have to, like she said, you have to differentiate your business from your personal self. Know that this is a brand. So now you start focusing on branding yourself, making yourself relevant. Aside you being the boss, you can't do everything in that space alone. She said something that bring the right people on board to help you so that you can focus. I'm a chef. If my focus is creating recipes and getting the food done, let me focus on that. Let me get a social media team. Because I believe that if I had that team then, I was managing my business page for the past, I've been managing it for the past 10 years. I recently got someone to handle it for me. Yes. And it has its own struggles. It has its own turns. Because like you only go out there when you are free, when you are available. So you need to bring the right people on board. You need to delegate so that you can plan, you can structure, you can focus, you can see everything happening around. Else you'll be giving too much attention to one side and be losing on the other side. So for me, if I'm running a business, or for me running a business now, the structures are very important. Every point of the business needs its own set of people to handle for you. You need an accounting sector, you need a social media sector, you need the culinary sector, that is the people that handle getting the food, and you need a whole administrative team that handles everybody. So this administrative is the one that takes care of the financial part, the kitchen, we call it the kitchen, and then also the social media, everybody, because they all report to that person, and that person oversees the way that all of them are working and they are delivering according to what they have been assigned to. So I realized that when I noticed that I needed these people when it was becoming overwhelming for me.
Okay.
Because I was losing myself at some point. Yes, I was losing. And people will be like, get people to help you. You can't do it all by yourself.
But it's scary,
you are
isn't
a coordinator.
it? Because you're thinking, I have to pay these people.
Yes.
Like, you know, I have to
Trust me, it's not
them
about the payment. It's not about the wages. It's not about the salary. It's not about the money you are giving. And sometimes it's about how you want it to be done. So if you don't challenge yourself to train people, I think that's what I'm looking for. To train people to do things for you. You always think that you are the only person that
can do it. Yeah.
Because you have a way. Yes, it's your vision. No one is taking that from you. It's your vision. You understand it. You know how you want to grow. But trust me, you need a team. You need people to back you up. I remember 4 years in business when I travel and people text me like, I'm out of town. So it took one staff, I'm like, oh, madam, you are underestimating us. We can just like, please. I don't want any stories. I don't want people to be buzzing my phone and be posting me out there. But I realized that when I gave them the chance, now I can travel and do multiple events in my absence. Sometimes I'm even here, I'll just stay back and watch them, and they deliver. Yeah. So first of all, you also have to train your team in a way that they will come and understand your structures or the way you want things to be done. So for me, when it gets overwhelming, nobody will tell you. You will have to do it. Because it's either you move or you lose.
Or you lose. I like that.
Yes.
Same story. I mean, it started off with me like that, like a passion. I thought that it's only wise for me to nurture it the way I want it. And I'm also like a perfectionist. I want things to be done in a specific way. You have to clean this cup in a certain way before you present it. No, you can't just put it down there like that. So I had trust issues bringing in people from scratch. So I started off, I was actually pregnant from school. And I started formulating the products because I acquired training as well. So I was, putting my hands on it. It was working. I'm like, wow, this is good. We're going there. We're getting there. So I kept doing it, formulating products. I started off with one product. Now we have about 60 variants of skincare products, both face and then the body, and also some spa oils and candles. So it got to a point, it was really overwhelming. And, transitioning from baby mama to coming to, you're no more a baby, weaning the kids and everything. I'm like, oh my God, am I going to keep cycling like this? So all these, like what was dawning on me, and I'm like, what do I know now? I need to put down structures. And so structures are very important to have a very good management that will manage the affairs of the business, having an administrator that will document every step of the way, your sales, your record, your purchases, financial records, banking, who sends money to the bank, the lab technicians. Now we have 2 labs. It started off just, me starting in my room. Now we have 2 labs, one that produces the soaps, the candles and other things, and one that does the scrubs, the lotions and stuff. So it's a whole lot, and you cannot do it alone. Structures are very, very important. And trust issues, you have to put it aside. It's not a relationship.
It's not easy, right?
It's not a relationship or some kind of marriage. This is business. And business is very addictive. Once you start, you have to finish it. It's a do or die affair. You are not starting and say, okay, it didn't work, I'm done. No, you have to get to the bottom, because the amount of money you invest from scratch is more than what you probably would lose. And so it's very important to put structures together, document everything. You can't think that, okay, I'm making sales and, oh, I just got a buyer, send me Momo, and you're handling everything on your own. You end up even spending some. Yes. And so I had to also put structures in place. I keep employing every now and then. And the challenge on grounds is that it's very difficult to get the kind of employees that you really want, especially if you're coming from an angle of a perfection.
I was about to say, so you have to continue training.
I have done so many interviews. It's not about the training. Like I said,
okay,
like
hold
I
that
said,
thought. I know where she's going, but we'll come back on this one.
It's not about the training. Like I was telling you earlier, it's some kind of gifting and mindset that comes with it. It's like a plus. You need to have it inborn. Charlie, they can train you as much as you can, but if you do not have it, you don't have it. So I keep running trainings every now and then, interviews. I'm like, no, we need to give you training. I put you on probation before you even start earning salary, because I don't want anyone who just come in and say, okay, this is what's on my CV, this is what I can do. And it's like a try and error. It's so exhausting, you know?
I tell you, lamentations of entrepreneurs, but at the end of it all, as you can see, they've grown, they've scaled up their businesses, and there's so much to reap from taking risks sometimes, isn't it? Now, we'll be taking another break, but I want to remind you again about the Ejumapa product from MTN. It is geared toward women entrepreneurs. It gives you so many benefits. Not only do you get free MTN to MTN calls every Monday, you also get some insurance cover to protect you and your business, and so many other benefits. And as I mentioned, that new facility called the Doctor on Call, where you can just speak to a doctor on the phone if you're not feeling well, and based on that preliminary conversation, you can then decide whether you need to leave your business and everything else and move to the hospital. So that's a really great added benefit. We'll be talking more with our panelists when we come back from this break. Please do send in your questions and comments, and don't forget to pay attention for our wow moment, where we'll be giving away this beautiful brand new Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra 5G, and we'll be giving away lots of data as well to our first respondents and participants on social media. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. This is the MTN SME Accelerate webinar on women in business, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, action, the final touch. There we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now, you know, do for yourself, nobody will do for you. So you for do that.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.
When I think SME Accelerate, I think access to digital tools, real life solutions that you can roll out in your businesses today, not tomorrow, today, and these solutions will transform your business. Training, targeted, segmented, and carefully curated to meet your specific needs. I'm particularly excited about our partnership with Nova Business School. Last year, we took 50 business leaders through an intensive mini MBA series. The impact is showing in their businesses today as we speak. Webinars, industry experts speaking on topics that will help you grow your business or start one. Real insights into programs targeted at MSMEs so our customers can also apply. We are partnering with major business fairs so our MSMEs can be part of these fairs that creates access to market for them. Real digital experience centers where you can walk in and tell us exactly what the problems you are facing in your businesses today are, so that we can co-create and build a solution that will impact many other businesses like yours. To crown it all, SME Awards in partnership with SMIGA, where you get to be recognized for the impact you are making in your field.
Are you a business owner, young entrepreneur, woman in business, or running a small or large SME? Then this is for you. SME Accelerate brings together the ideas, opportunities, and support needed to move your business forward.
Obiambra meyensiaze. SME Accelerate. Wa baba tina. Ma meyenjo ho. Baka yen ho SME Accelerate. Na yen fa wedwuma nko enyim.
Anyeme. Nya ba wo fie komi. SME Accelerate ebe kon. Nye he wo yo obie. Nye ba ni wonye wanye. Nye nyina no twumoe. Aya hie.
Ye krado nebra. Na yen cho ekwan a wadwuma ebetumpon.
Magagledo kiola for ya ba SME Accelerate initiative amo. Clomido le dodo yanu eye na nogomo blibo.
Going to the library. Going to the library.
Okay.
I'm going for my graduation. Go well.
Education changes stories, and being part of these stories is the real passion for us. MTN.
Welcome back to our MTN SME Accelerate webinar on women in business. And we're so glad that many of you have joined us on our social media platforms on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and you're even, some of you, just connecting with us on Instagram as well. So thank you for being part of the Yellow family. And I want to remind you again about our MTN Business Eye product. If you're a business owner, no matter what business you're into, if you need security, if you need constant surveillance, then this is the product for you. And all you have to do is dial 5060 hash. So that's 5060 hash. And you can get all of the benefits and sign up for that package and protect your business. Wherever you are, you can do this remotely. And there's backup power, the solar power as well, to keep your business safe and secure. And you can watch over your operations at any time from anywhere. So again, this is MTN Business Eye, the product from MTN that is geared toward keeping your business safe and giving you peace of mind as an entrepreneur. And of course, it's women in business, and so we cannot go away without telling you again about the Ejumapa bundle. So all of you women entrepreneurs out there, star 5060 hash is the short code for you. And please do sign up for Ejumapa and get some great benefits, which include insurance for you and your business, protection from fire as well, for those of you who have physical structures, and nice data bundles, free 150 megabytes of data when you sign up for the bundle, and you get free MTN to MTN calls on Mondays. And the new added feature is the Doctor on Call benefit, where you can speak to a doctor and get some preliminary medical advice before deciding whether or not to move to a medical facility for additional treatment. So, you know, MTN has got you covered. I mean, everywhere you go and for everything that you do, all right? So please take advantage of all of these products and more to help your business run efficiently and effectively. And yes, we're still here with our panelists, with Marian, Christiana, and Victoria Lebene, and we're talking about being women in the entrepreneurial space. We've gotten some great insights from the banking perspective, for those of you who are interested in finance products for women, and from practicing entrepreneurs who are sharing some of their experiences and challenges in the business and SME sector. So we're back here still talking about all of that, and we've talked about how to build your brand and use digital tools to your benefit and all of that, and protecting your business. Now, you started off before the break talking about trust in your employees, and Christiana, I know that's a big one for you as well. But how do you really do that? As you try to grow, it is risky as an entrepreneur to entrust certain aspects of your business to other people to take care of. And we've had and heard of some entrepreneurial woes and people who have spoken about either being swindled or employees disappointing them in various ways. What are some of the steps that you can take and advice that you can give to people watching you on how to protect your business as you are scaling up?
Okay. So I think that every business needs to treat a business in a very corporate way, professional and corporate way. Why do I say this? Most of the times we treat businesses as though, oh, okay, I have a startup. I started off as a startup. So, oh, I have a startup, so I don't need to do so much. And then you treat it as and when. Just get like a sales girl in the shop and that's it. But as you move on, I mean, for me, within a span of 5 years, I realized that it goes beyond just having someone in the shop or having someone in the lab or having someone at home for Vicky's recipe. So I realized that, no, I need to treat it in a very corporate way. Then I started realizing that for whoever you want to employ, you need to go the corporate way. So I speak to the corporate agencies that do employment. Okay. We run ads for interviews. We do an interview slot. I do not do some of the interviews. Most of the times I do, sometimes I don't because of familiarity. Okay. Because you need to sometimes stay back and have the professionals do it for you on your behalf so that you're not, crossing the line. And so very careful interviews. After that, you do trainings. After that, you do probation. If you have to sign a contract based on how many years the person would be with you or work with you. Everything needs to be done formally so that it's not just treated as a random or a normal business kind of thing or setting. The person will know that, Charlie, this is a serious business and I need to behave myself. I need to comport myself. We look at behavioral skills. We look at your composure, your body language. We look at your strengths and your weaknesses. And so if you have weaknesses, we strengthen them for you through the trainings. We look at how ready you are to receive customers because that is where the business grows. Whoever approaches your business is a potential customer. And so you need to know that, how am I talking to the customer? How am I receiving the customer? Am I hospitable enough as a wellness and lifestyle business? Am I really treating the clients well? And so we look at all these things and make sure that we are ensuring that maximum protection to the business. So as for customer service, I do not joke with it at all. My lady here, Christiana, is also excellent in customer service. We have that rapport. She's actually my personal person because I like her customer service. When I go to her, Vicky, we okay? Sis, me pe we no man you any ye okay, it's open it there anyway. So she knows how to cover you up and make sure you're comfortable even if you're buying from her. And so customer service is one of the things that sways people away from your business. So if you don't do it very well, you're gone. And how to protect yourself in terms of doing a damage control when there's a mistake, a fault or between the customer and your staff. Oh, how to talk to the client. We make sure that, how did you speak to the client? Did you tell the person this and that? Did you
constant reinforcement
yes.
of your
And
your
even when it comes to text, we train you how to communicate with the client. Because you can't just text raw, like I'm talking to you like a peer. It's a client. So you need to talk in a very professional way. So all these details come to play when you're running a business. You need to run it very corporate, very standard.
I'm sure a lot of young entrepreneurs or startups will be watching you and thinking, oh, look at Christiana, look at Victoria Lebene. They've made it. They're doing so well in life. And, without understanding all of the steps that you've been through. Christiana, what would you say are 2 or 3 misconceptions that women might have about starting businesses? Positive or negative? What would you say?
Misconceptions?
Yes.
Should I say I can grow my business if I have a large capital?
Okay.
You see, I always say that then the rich people we know will be the owners of every business in the world because they have all the resources.
Yeah.
They have the lands, they have the buildings, they have the capital, the fiscal, like the liquid funds. They have the people. Because, every rich man is every man's friend. So it's easy to even pull people from one side to come and work for you. You don't need that large capital to be a good business person. You actually need to start from the smallest and grow on it. Then you will know that you are doing well, you are getting there. So I would say that a lot of people think that once they have the resources, they can even be better than the people that are already in business. I mean, I can be renting my logistics now. You can own them, but we are not the same. You need to start from somewhere. First of all, build on your clientele. You need to build on a business team, like audience. You need people to help you grow first. So if you have the mindset that, okay, if I have money to get a shop, go to the new China, stock it up, get a sales girl, get the machines to keep the stock for me. I am a business owner. You will close up within 6 months. 6 months, even 3 months, because your major headache will be your staff. The person representing you at the workspace. So the people also think that when they have a team, and when I have the top guys, my business will grow. No, you need to teach them. You need to train them to understand your vision, your goals. Because at the end of the day, if you think that if I'm able to employ Coco to come and be a host at my station or to host an event, a program online, it doesn't mean you're going to get lots of people to be on the streaming. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
The same way they can pick somebody who is a nobody, and that person can grow even that whole show or whatever you call it within months, because the will, the experience, the understanding will not be the same as just seeing somebody you think that, oh, they have the name, so they can do it. So you really need to find the right people to help you build a business. So the misconception that we have is that when I have it all, I am there.
I'm there. I'm succeeded already.
Yes, because you have everybody you need to get a business going. So what's holding you back? But you forget that you have to start from the ground so that you build on it. Because one person needs to talk about you. Another person needs to refer you. And then you put work into it before you are seen the way. I mean, if you say food bank, who is food bank? Food bank didn't just come into the light to be food bank. There's been a whole lot of growth. There's been setups that have made it to the internet that people will be going viral, people will be sharing, and then it will bring followers to you. There's been, we've created concepts, events that like Chop Bar Experience, that people will later link it and know that, oh, okay, so it's actually a food bank initiative. There's a restaurant at East Legon, Kula Bistro. So there's a connection somewhere. Sometimes people walk into the restaurant, they go like, oh, hi, I like your food. You cater for it. Oh, we have a sister company. You see? So there must be some growth somewhere. But a lot of times we think that because I have everything, I can start a business. And that's why you get them texting, writing a lot on social media, blaming their staff for bringing their businesses down. Because you yourself, you're not involved. You don't go to work. You don't even know how things are done there. You don't know who goes to the market. You don't know who brings the products. You don't know who accounts for it. You don't know who takes stock. How do you build that business?
There are many facets to it.
A lot.
Okay. Speaking again about the misconception, I'm coming to you, Marian. Someone walks into a financial institution and they're looking for support. Some may find it intimidating. Some may have certain expectations. So I'd like to also find out from you, for women in business in particular who are looking for that kind of financial support, what are some of the misconceptions they might hold about accessing support or finance from a financial institution?
That's a good question. Reason being that, yes, we've picked up feedback directly from them. Some are even afraid to approach banks. And it's scary to know that women who are doing well in businesses would rather go to somewhere else than engage a bank for these kind of support. So I just want to reassure them that, look, the banks today, we have put in place unique proposition to serve women, to address specific needs. To her point, there is a problem out there. We are here to solve them. That's why you are a bank. That's why you're an institution. You are not meant to drive people away, but rather welcome them, listen to them, and solve those problems. So to the point around what can we do to make them feel confident, I believe in helping building that confidence. I said it to Victoria. First of all, women need to build their confidence, and knowledge gives you confidence. And the bank is saying that, look, we have an incubator where you can come in and we can give you that capacity building training. Whether it's advisory services, whatever training you need that can help you build that confidence, we are ready to take you through that journey. And trust me, once you are there, the money is available. We will give you the money. I mean, we are there for you. So do not hold back just because of a perception. Yeah. And I think it's mainly a perception.
Okay.
Do not hold back because of perception. Feel free to reach out to us, and we will be ready to support. I guess that's what I can share.
Very nice. Well, for those of you who have joined us on social media, and we appreciate all of you, your questions are coming in. And remember, the first 10 people who sent us a comment or a question, you will be going away with 10 gigabytes of data thanks to MTN. So thank you for participating. Now, Irene says, how do you position content or your business to reach your potential customers? And she also wants to know how you can protect your accounts from potential hackers or even employees with bad intentions. So the first part of her question is about positioning your business to reach your customers. And then the next part is about protecting it from hackers or employees with bad intentions. Okay.
I'll take the positioning your business. I believe that the people that we sell or market to are there to buy or reach out. You need to get it to them. With food, where I am coming from, my background, I always say that food is art. People eat with their eyes. It's what they see. Before they will trust the package you are selling, presentation matters. Branding. How do you convince someone that this food is coming from a hygienic environment? This food was prepared under a healthy condition. You need to put your brand in a space where people will even rush to buy when they don't even know what to use it for. You see, sometimes I get people send me DMs and they go like, I want you to mentor me. I'm like, I am not your mentor. You see, we take everyone doing business who has followers, who has fame, let me say fame, as a mentor. When you don't even know the challenge they are facing, you have to take your time to learn. Don't start when you haven't learned anything. You don't learn, you learn on the job, yes, but at least have some knowledge. Don't be moved by followers, likes, comments, people reposting their job to think that you can also do. Yes, we will encourage you, we will motivate you, but you have to be intentional about your vision. You can't just get up and say, I want to do something today because I've seen Lebene post skincare. Then you just go and mix any chemical to go and help people. So you see, when it comes to your presence on social media, your packaging, your branding, if I want to sell jollof to you, how is the jollof looking? What package is the jollof in? How is it plated? How is it organized? Even the food, aside the boxes, you see a lot of people do a lot of beautiful boxes, and when they open them, I'm like, what is this? Are people actually buying this? I used to pick stuff from my living room to go and do setup. Yes, I reinvest a lot into my business, a lot. So you shouldn't just look at how much you are making. You make 20 cedis, you want to chill. Don't chill, put it back in the business. Change your saucepans, change your packaging. When you are even posting on social media, how is your hair looking? What apron are you wearing? You don't wear any t-shirt, striped t-shirt with a purple apron, in a jeans, in slippers, with hair nets covering half of your hair, and then stirring soup and you want somebody to come and buy. People are intentional about what they consume. So if you want somebody to send you a how much question, make sure what you are selling deserves it. Very nice. So for me, your social media presence is not about the number of times you post. You can decide to post twice a week, but make sure it's authentic.
Okay. Lebene, talk to us about protecting the accounts and, from hackers or even employees.
Protecting the account?
Yes. They want to know, how do you protect your accounts from potential hackers or even employees with bad intentions?
A two-factor authentication is very important. Instagram gives us that, or I think all social media, WhatsApp and Facebook also does that. You need to really authenticate it and make sure you're safe there. And also make sure that you're just the only person, or you have a team that handles and it's safe. No sharing of passwords here and there. And to add on to whatever you post, you need to make sure that storytelling and presentation matters a lot.
Yeah.
You need to be identified for a specific something, how you present yourself. Okay, tell a story behind it. What Christiana stated, they are all storytelling. If I want to come and say, tell a story of By the Fireside, how do I package the By the Fireside story to seem very inspiring or interesting to you watching? And so it all boils down to how you handle yourself, how you package yourself, how you crawl the thing before it comes on. And so Ghanaian youth, women in business, we need to be ready to showcase what we want to showcase in full, not in pieces, not in half. You know, like she said, you wear the this and if me, when I'm coming online, I make sure, hey, my hair is laid, my makeup and everything, because what you see is what you buy. So to keep your Instagram, your social media accounts safe from hackers, you need to be authentic. You need to be known. You need to protect your IT game online and everything so that nobody hacks your accounts. And also, you need to reach out to real followers. Some people buy bots, followers, you know, adding up followers because you want a number and all that. And at the end of the day, you introduce hackers to your system and everything. So you need to watch it.
Can I add one on the content?
Yes, please.
I always have a phrase that goes that the customer experience defines your brand. It defines you. So whatever you put out there is representing you.
Yeah.
So assess it and tell yourself or ask yourself, how will I engage with this content? Whatever you want to see is what the customer wants to see.
Yes.
So, I mean, to that question, it is important that whatever you put out there, put yourself in it. To be able to interact with the customer.
And also when it comes to clientele, when people come to you, visit your space, you need to make sure you're showing the world how you receive your audience, how you treat them matters a lot. People need to say, oh, and when you go to Skin Pop Shop or Vicky's Recipe, the way they will even give you some wine and some juice and everything, they don't want you to be They want to make sure you're buying it. Oh, okay. You know, all those things come with it. It's hospitality. The way we treat you is who we truly are. We cannot pretend and say, oh, so when you come, we don't give you water. Then maybe we didn't buy water that day. Oh, please, what do you want? Quickly, we go and buy. Yes, quickly. We go and buy, even if we don't have it in stock, we go down, go get it. Oh, just for you. It speaks a lot about you.
You know, recently I went to an establishment. I won't say what establishment it was, but there's a place I normally go. But for some reason, I had to try a different place, you know, just impromptu. And the kind of extras and service they gave. So it cost a bit more, but I appreciated the whole experience because they had thought about the customer's experience and I felt comfortable and I thought, hey, so do I now break my loyalty from the first place and come here? But it's a real question because here's an experience I had that was so memorable that it actually made me consider now changing from somewhere I've been going for quite some time. You know, so like you said, those things matter. You can steal somebody's customer with that.
And also protecting your business in terms of your clientele. I've just remembered one point that, you know, with skincare, you need to show before and afters. You need to show the realness behind your business. How true is it that your product really is serving a specific purpose? Is it really working on the people or you're just selling for selling's sake? So we do more before and afters. And, you know, throughout the years, we realized that it's not everyone you can just stand up and post. We need to ensure that we have a specific permission from you. Oh, inquire from you that, can we please post your picture before and after? We need to make sure that you are comfortable, first of all. It's not everybody that wants to appear on social media.
Very true.
And so we ask, if you're good to go, we post it. If you're not, we do completely understand and we respect your decision.
Thank you.
These are some of the things that we do to make our clients feel, I'm comfortable buying from the Skin Pop Shop because before I see a before and after, they're going to ask me. And so with time, you probably may not see so much of before and afters, but we have specific people who are ready for it, and that's how we sell.
All right. Let's take this question from Ikea. She says, I'm a university student managing 2 businesses. One is a food business. The other is a language consultancy. I find it difficult balancing them, even though I'm really passionate about both. Okay. what would be your advice for me moving forward? Food business plus language consultancy, and she loves both of them.
Yeah.
What would you advise her to do?
I would say she can do both by structuring herself. She should just time herself. Look at how they both work. For the food part, I don't know which sector in the food industry she is, whether she wants to do patisserie or culinary, like proper cookery, then we will know how demanding it is. Maybe your target is to do deliveries, or your target is only to do book as you go. Maybe people book you for special occasions like smaller gatherings, bachelorettes, birthdays and stuff, or you are into it full time. I would say with food needs a lot of attention.
Yeah.
It's not just about how it tastes, but it's how it goes out and how it's being prepared. So if you are doing food and you want to do something on the side, one should be at the top. At least you should have one that is more like a hobby. When you are free, when you don't really have much to do, you do that on the side. Because you have to first focus on one, build it, find yourself around it, get a team to support you. Then you can take care of the others. Because once you send it out there and it doesn't sell, you can go back and sell again.
That's a good point, actually, because what she isn't telling us is whether or not both are profitable. And even whether or not she's good at both. Because, you know, you can be passionate about something, but it might not necessarily be your strength.
About the passion.
It's just something you love to do, you know? So it's maybe we don't have all that info, but
there's also capital involved.
Yes.
So and that's what she also didn't come clear on. Depending on the capital intensity when it comes to both businesses, she needs to decide on which one of them is making the impact.
Yes.
To her point, you can't be all over the place. Especially when you are a starter. You are now starting, you need to pick up the lessons. You know, there are challenges in setting up business. So I would rather recommend, to a point, focus on one with the little capital you have and get it right. Once you are there, you pick those lessons into subsequent business. The outcome of the businesses might be different, but the process and the structures we put in place are mostly the same, right? So that would be my advice, because every business has a capital demand on it. So she needs to tell us if she's capital ready to support both. Otherwise, to her point, focus on one, get it right, and then you can move on to the other.
And capital already also means branding and marketing.
Exactly.
There's a lot that goes into that, right?
So taking it one after the other is very important.
Marian, just back to you very quickly for a question from Vincent. What are practical ways women can access funding without traditional collateral?
Yes, so the beauty about what we've developed is it's a credit loan with no collateral. You don't need to provide collateral.
So there are products like that?
Yes, so that's what we have developed today, and that's what we are giving out to our women.
Okay.
Just come in and tell us what you currently have, and we'll help you fill in the gaps to be able to access it.
Okay, very nice, which is where the consultancy aspect also comes in.
Exactly.
All right. We've come to that time, the wow moment, the one everybody's been waiting for, where we give away a beautiful device from MTN to our loyal viewers. So this is it. Remember I said that there's a question, and if you answer that question correctly, if you are the first person to answer that question correctly, then you could walk away with this device. And it's a beautiful one. It is a Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra 5G. Look at it, look at it. It's real. And so I'm gonna ask the question now. So please get ready. Whichever platform you're on, our able production team will look at the timestamp and they will determine who answered the question first. And here it is. Throughout the show, I mentioned that MTN has a wonderful product aimed at women called Ejumapa. I also mentioned that there are many features to this bundle, and there's a new feature that has been added recently. What is that new feature which now is part of the MTN Ejumapa bundle? So tell us what the feature is, what it entails, and if you're the first person to do that on any of our platforms on MTN Ghana, on social media, then you will win this tablet.
Can we also answer?
No. Unfortunately, nobody at this table or in this room, the beautiful MTN in-house studio, nobody is eligible. In fact, nobody in the whole MTN building, headquarters, or any of the branches. All right, so we'll check all of that too, but that is the question. What is the new feature that has been added to the MTN Ejimapa bundle for women entrepreneurs? Please answer that correctly. And if you're the first person to answer correctly, this is yours. And we look forward to welcoming you to pick this up as your prize. Okay. Now, I'll state the question one more time in case you missed it. So if you're the first person to answer this correctly, you win this tablet. The MTN Ejimapa bundle, it has several features. And I mentioned that there is a new feature as part of the bundle. What is that new feature? Please send your answer through our social media channels and win this prize. And again, as I earlier mentioned, for those of you who were the first 10 to send in your questions or comments regarding today's discussion, you are going away automatically with 10 gigabytes of data thanks to MTN. Okay, so while we're collating those answers and finding out who our winners will be, and MTN will touch base with you if you are a winner, we want to just round up on our discussion. I have a question for all three of our panelists. And it actually is linked to something from one of our viewers, Vincent, who asked this question about mindset. We alluded to mindset earlier in our discussions. What mindset, in your opinion, separates successful entrepreneurs from struggling ones? So Marian, from where you sit in the financial sector, from what you've seen. Christiana, from where you sit as an entrepreneur in the food business. And Lebene, from where you sit as a creative entrepreneur. What mindset do you think separates the successful entrepreneurs from those who might not make it? Okay, I'll start with you, Marian.
I will go with a growth mindset.
Very nice.
You need to have a growth mindset, because as we move on our daily activities, things changes, right? And you need to be open to take feedback, open to learn, open to change. But most of the time, what you see, what we pick up from our engagement with the women is that they say, but you see, if you don't become uncomfortable, you can never be comfortable. You have to get there.
So you've got to disrupt your comfort zone.
Exactly. That disruption, you need to allow it for us to take you there. And there are people who are willing to share with you insights that can help you grow. So I believe that having a growth mindset, it's not just you, the leader. You need to carry the team along. Whether it's your salesperson, your accountant, whoever needs to understand that once we start from A, our target is to be at Z. And to get to Z, we need to accommodate A, B, C, D involved. Right? So I believe that growth mindset is the magic. We need to move away from having a fixed mindset to keeping a growth mindset.
Very nice. I like that. Christiana?
I would say resilience.
Yeah,
because as a business owner or an entrepreneur, you will have a lot of challenges. You will have a lot of struggles. So the difference between somebody who is successful, somebody struggling, is that the successful one thinks that, okay, I've managed to get here, so I'll keep pushing. The one struggling thinks that it's too hard for me to do. I can't push any further. So once you have the spirit of resilience to push further, you will get there. And that's when the growth comes in. Because without the resilience and with that mindset, you can't go. You will leave or you stop on the way. You need to be ready to push more, to do more, to reinvest, to seek for financial help if you need, to network, to get into community. Because we don't grow on our own. We grow with people. We grow with society. We grow with the community. So for you to be able to do that, you need to go to the right people, try and connect to the right people, network. Like she said, seek for help when you think you need one. You don't challenge yourself that I can do it. Yeah. This is how I do my thing. This is my recipe. Your recipe is bad. The feedback is not good. Get someone and train under. Get someone, you see, people train now, let's say they can go to Skin Pop Shop or come to Food Bank, work with you for a while, start learning a few things, and all of a sudden they don't start their own business. And then they forget that when they calculated the market list, they forgot that you bought gas, LPG, you paid for rent, you are paying for logistics, you are paying for utility. So when they look at how much money came and how much money went to the market, they think that, oh, the profit margin is huge. They forget that when this machine breaks, you are the one that needs to fix it. Yeah. So all these things, you have to take your time and learn. Don't just jump on a business because you think now you can prepare a bowl of soup and your friends are giving you all the fans. Oh, Charlie, your soup is the best. Yes, they are your friends. They'll hail you. But is it the real feedback? How many times have you cooked such same taste for people to endorse? So the difference between somebody struggling together and somebody who is already there is the spirit of resilience. Because if I'm able to face all my fears and my challenges, I should be able to grow out of it and do better. But if I'm not able to, and there are setbacks, you realize that you have the name, you have the brand, but you're not going anywhere. Before you know, you are out of the system. You'll be like, but this person, I remember those days. Do you want to be a brand that is just referred to about what you did in the past? Or you want to be remembered for who you are, what the standards you are setting now, and how you are impacting lives daily with whatever you are doing, creating different concepts, being known for all different kinds of projects, and not just limiting yourself to one thing. Like, she's a media person, she's in the creative space, now she's doing skin pop, now she's doing food, she's doing the VL expo. This is one person doing all that. So before you think that this side is not working, another side is giving its own impact out there. So you have to have that spirit of resilience to push further. Don't give up. Keep going. You see, some of us always look like we don't have challenges. Come to my workplace one day, you will not recognize me. I don't look like the setups I post. Sometimes, you see, I like posting BTS when I'm even doing destination events, sometimes from my kitchen, for you to know that before you saw that beautiful salad in a bowl, there was somebody in there doing the cutting.
It's the story you talk about.
It's the story.
Telling the story.
You need to tell the story. You don't have to just post the beauty on social media for people to think that, hey, this way they are gone. Or do you see their setup? Yeah. Sometimes we build and break. Yes, sometimes you will dream it or you picture it and the carpenter will not show up. And the event is starting in 2 hours. You need to improvise. So all these things are challenges. So if you don't have the spirit to fight and get it done, you will think that somebody is blessed. You see, Africa that's another mindset. That's another mindset on it. So the spirit of resilience will keep you moving, so that you will not see somebody who is successful to be like having it all and you not doing well.
Okay.
Desist from being comfortable and stay humble, because when you're too comfortable in your space, you feel like nobody can tell me anything. You raise your shoulders up high. And so when you get employed somewhere, you feel like, oh, even if I make a mistake, the way she spoke to me, I don't like it. Hey, Charlie, where I sit, I am never comfortable. No matter how much money I'm making, no matter how well I'm doing, no matter how many projects I'm able to achieve, I am never comfortable. And I am open to corrections. I'm open to feedbacks. I'm open to criticism, because that is what has made me who I am.
That's how you grow.
Yeah. That is how I've grown over the years. I always listened to my friends. Sometimes you think that, hey, Madam Fu, pay me ye, or per se, like, is she jealous of me? Or, no, take it easy. Be humble. Don't be comfortable. Don't be too comfortable, because when you're comfortable, you refuse to listen, you refuse to learn, you refuse to grow. You shut yourself down to where you are. You're just okay with what you know, what you have, and where you find yourself. Almost all the young ladies that have come close to me, most of them that have made it or are still with me now, it's because of humility. They're humble. So anytime I point out a correction, they take it in good faith. They swallow. I see that way there, but they swallow, and it's so beautiful. That's the beauty of growth. To see you, frowning at something, but you're trying, okay, yes, madam, I'll correct that immediately. It's so beautiful. So, I mean, to be successful in business or in life in general, you need to desist from being too comfortable and be humble at all times.
Beautiful submissions from our panelists. And there are a lot of questions that have come in from so many people. But for the sake of time, we won't be able to address all of them. But please, we can still interact on our social media accounts, right? So, and this is one of the beauties of social media, that you can still connect with people, you can still express yourself, and we can still read those messages later on, right? So on MTN, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, for all of you who have joined us, we really do appreciate you. We'll take our final comments from our panelists before we say goodbye to you. And as we're wrapping up in our 30 seconds, maybe just give us one thing you would say to women entrepreneurs about, you know, we always talk about this work-life balance, but something practical in 30 seconds that we as women who are entrepreneurs as well can do as we're balancing life, to balance our personal and professional lives.
Okay, so I want to tell our women to take advantage of this attention and show up. Take that beautiful cloth in your room and step out.
Nice.
Visit these institutions. Be bold and talk to them. They are there. They are waiting for you. They just want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Do you know why? Because the women's segment is the strong and growing segment in the economy. So everybody is ready to support you. Everybody is shouting women. Why are you sitting in your room and just watching the TV and complaining? Please step out and we will support you.
Thank you very much. Beautiful. Yes, Christiana.
Mine will be that you have to own up. Push yourself to the limits. Do what it takes to get you there. Don't feel like somebody is there. There are lots of stories that you think we are there, don't tell. So it's not like we are having it all out there. Keep pushing yourself, connect to the right people, seek help when you need it. Go to people. You can see somebody, you see, you don't have to call the person your mentor. The whole mentorship word is in the head of people. And when they reach out and they don't get the response that they want, they think that the people are ignoring them. They are not their standard of people. They have their circle. Nobody has a circle. It depends on how you present yourself to the person. Don't go seeking for mentorship. Go seeking for help. Let the person know that, you know what, this is what I do. I don't understand. I need you to help me understand it. Because calling the person a mentor, you put them in a certain position. It's like you have so much expectation that if they are not able to tell you, then they have disappointed you. But that is not it. So come to me. What is it that I can help you do so that I will also learn? You see, we don't like to learn. We want to learn by sitting one-on-one and saying that, oh, when you are charging, charge 10 cedis instead of 2 cedis. But that is not how to learn. Learning is, okay, making yourself available to say that, how about me going into events with you? How about me coming by the weekend to support you in your kitchen so that I can learn the things that you do, understand how you do all these things. But don't expect to come and sit in the office and you want to make notes. I don't write, I cook. I'm not a motivational speaker. I do more practical stuff than telling you the whole story of how I got there and all. You get what I'm saying? So I am just encouraging every young person out there that give yourself time and room to learn. Learn from people. Don't just expect them to give you words to be them.
I like that. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And Lebene, your wrap up, 30 seconds.
I am interested in women being able to come up with partnership.
Okay.
You know, let's partner a lot. Yep. Because partnership builds success. Partnership impacts success. You probably may think that you have it all together. You know it all. You can do it all by yourself. You probably may be overwhelmed and think that, oh yeah, I'm keeping going. I'm going to do it. No. Designate roles. Partner with people that align with your goals, your dreams, your mindset. Because leadership in position alone, it's not about doing it alone, but creating a team that can work with you. Because you can go far doing alone, but you can go further doing it with a whole team. And that is why the VL exposure came. We designed it to promote SMEs, innovative ideas of young individuals, growth, career growth, everything that has to do with innovation, growth, excellence, That is why the VL exposure came, leveraging on already existing businesses. So we're calling on all partners, stakeholders, companies, entities, every single entity that stands for excellence and something beautiful. That's what the exposure is about. And we did this because of partnership. We want to help. We want to do things together. So let's all come together and build a beautiful nation and a world at large.
And I hope everyone watching notices how all of these brilliant women have spoken very passionately about what they do, their businesses, and they've, in a subtle way, have really showcased themselves through this platform. Don't be shy about your business, about your service, please. Tell people about it, talk about it, showcase it in whatever you do. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marian. Thank you, Christiana. Thank you, Victoria Lebene. And thank you to MTN for providing this platform for us. And we've had a successful first webinar for our MTN SME Accelerate series. Now, don't forget, you can dial *5060# to access some of the wonderful products that MTN has put together for entrepreneurs. So check out MTN Business Eye. That is for entrepreneurs who are looking at security and surveillance of your business, no matter where you are or whatever time of day. MTN has you covered. And of course, the Ejuma Pa bundle for women entrepreneurs. And on that note, I'd also like to say, for my final word, that as we're doing all of this and working hard, let's not forget to take care of ourselves as well. Health is wealth. And it's important that we take charge of our health and well-being. And there's an aspect of the Ejimapa bundle that helps you do that. So if you answered the question correctly, then you'll know what that is. But please do dial *5060# and find out more about our products. And congratulations to whoever is winning our Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra 5G today, if you answered our question correctly. And also congrats to those who have won 10 gigabytes of data from MTN today. We really appreciate you for tuning in and joining us on MTN's social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Please do keep the discussions going. Touch base with us. Everybody's on social media. We can contact, what are your handles?
Victoria Lebene, the Skin Pop Shop.
Good.
And Vicky's Recipe.
Food Bank GH Kula Bistro.
Excellent.
Stanbic Bank Ghana.
Very nice. And of course, MTN Ghana everywhere. Kokui Salome everywhere. And it's been a pleasure being your moderator for this session. Thanks to the entire team behind the scenes, the faces you don't see, who put all this together. We've been coming to you live from the MTN studios here in Accra, and we look forward to meeting you again on our next SME Accelerate webinar. Please have a wonderful yellow day.
When I think SME Accelerate, I think access to digital tools, real life solutions that you can roll out in your businesses today, not tomorrow, today, and these solutions will transform your business. Training, targeted, segmented, and carefully curated to meet your specific needs. I'm particularly excited about our partnership with Nova Business School. Last year, we took 50 business leaders through an intensive mini MBA series. The impact is showing in their businesses today as we speak. Webinars, industry experts speaking on topics that will help you grow your business or start one. Real insights into programs targeted at MSMEs so our customers can also apply. We are partnering with major business fairs so our MSMEs can be part of these fairs that creates access to market for them. Real digital experience centers where you can walk in and tell us exactly what the problems you are facing in your businesses today are, so that we can co-create and build a solution that will impact many other businesses like yours. To crown it all, SME Awards, in partnership with SMIGA, where you get to be recognized for the impact you are making in your field.
Are you a business owner, young entrepreneur, woman in business, or running a small or large SME? Then this is for you. SME Accelerate brings together the ideas, opportunities, and support needed to move your business forward.
Obiambra meyensiaze. SME Accelerate. Wa babatina. Ma meyenjo ho. Bakaye ho SME Accelerate. Na yemfa wedwuma nkwenyim.
Anyeme. Nya ba wo fie komi. SME Accelerate ebe ko. Nye he wo yo obie. Nye ba ni wonye wanye. Nye nyina nuchumoe. Aya hie.
Ye krado nebra. na yɛnkyerɛw ɛkwan a w'adwuma ɛbɛtu mpɔn.
Magagledo le foya ba SME Accelerate initiative amo. Clomido le dodo yanu eye na nogomo blibo.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, actually, the final touch that we have it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Take 5 minutes, guys.
People, the hustle is real, but Ghanaians are pushing it. I have been so inspired by what people are doing. If you now you know do for yourself, nobody will do for you. So you for do.
Every step, every story, and every hustle. We're backing your journey. Together, let's build that dream from the start to something spectacular. MTN.
Going to the library. Going to the library.
Okay. I'm going for my graduation. Go well.
Education changes stories, and being part of these stories is the real passion for us. MTN.